Shalom, shalom, and welcome, my brothers and sisters. If you are one who seek to do the will of the Almighty Father, Yahuah, I consider you my brothers, my sisters, my family. Welcome to Turning Points. My name is Symmanayah, and these are the words I am compelled to present to an awakening nation. My brothers and sisters, many of us are familiar to some degree about Shabbat, new moons, and feast times. Yes, these are appointed times. Well, I'm not going to get into the debate or when they start and when they end. I want to mention three key spiritual factors to Shabbat, new moons, and feast times. Shabbat being one of the commandments, a time of rest, a time of prayer, a time to discern what the Most High is saying to you, to me, to his children. It is a time defined by the scriptures. In new moons, while many people think it's the dark moon, me and my house believe the new moon is the full moon. It is a time when the Most High, it is akin to him extending daylight. If you look at a full moon, it's bright. It's like extended daylight. It is a time when there's foods to be harvested. And it's as though the Most High said, I'm going to give you some extra light so you can complete your harvest. And believe it or not, my brothers and sisters, each month out of the year, there are some foods to be harvested. And each month, you will find that there's a new moon, a full moon, bright and lit up to give you the light that you need to extend your harvest time so that you can bring in the harvest. Again, many will disagree, but only those who are drawn by the Most High to receive this will do so. And feast times, while many people believe the feast times are just a time of gathering, just a time of eating and socializing or fellowship, as one may say, I submit to you that the feast times are indeed a blueprint for walking in maturity. Consider this, Passover. One must know the purpose of Passover. One must recognize that it was Yahusha Mashiach, the sacrificial lamb, Yahuwah's word manifested in the flesh, representing our Passover. One must realize that once you recognize Passover, there are responsibilities. So we look at unleavened, the feast of unleavened bread. For in coming into the newness of Yahushua Mashiach, coming into realizing what set apartness mean, we must be able to discern what is wicked leaven and how to remove it. We must understand the purpose between unleavened bread is that we must seek to discern the voice of the Spirit of Yahusha so that we can discern what is good versus what is bad. Leaven means influence. And then if you look at the next thing is that once you come into the awareness, once you come into set apartness, there's a degree of excitement. Some cases, some may be even overwhelmed. But you begin to discern what is right and what's wrong because you begin to study. We begin to study and pray. Then we realize some people will get it quicker than others. Thus, the Feast of First Fruits. The Feast of First Fruit has a spiritual footprint, meaning that some will get it. Some will receive quicker than others. Then we have the spirit that is behind the Feast of Harvest. For then the time will come when more and more people will get it. Harvest time. If you are agriculture community, you would understand, we would understand that harvest time is when the majority of the fruit or the vegetables are ready and ripe. And the spiritual connotation here is harvest time is a time when the more and more people get it. They get this path towards maturity and set apartness. And then we find ourselves, my brothers and sisters, if we examine these feasts and look at these feasts, that each has a meaning. a meaning that will indeed bring us to set apartness. And then we look at trumpets, the Feast of Trumpets. This is a time when more and more people are starting to receive the truth, and we echo out. We sound the shofar. We sound the voice. We sound the echoes of set apartness. And in that excitement, in that mass excitement of many, we will stumble and we will find ourselves making mistakes. But then we see the Feast of Atonement, letting us know that the shed blood of the Lamb of Yahusha HaMashiach covered our mistakes, covers our flaws, covered our sins. And we are indeed redeemed by the blood of the Lamb. And so when we make mistakes, after shouting them out in mass, we understand that we have the power to get up, not be self-condemning, not falling into depression, but rising up, the audacity to rise up after making a mistake because of the power of the atonement blood, the shed blood of Yahusha HaMashiach. And then as we see from atonement, we move on, my brothers and sisters, to the Feast of Tabernacle. Here we come to realize, my brothers and sisters, that we are indeed the temple of Yahuah, the Almighty One. We are his vessels. So you see, my brothers and sisters, if you look at the feast, if you look at Passover, if you look at unleavened bread, if you look at first fruits, if you look at harvest, trumpets, atonement, and tabernacle, if you look at these 7 feast times, you'll see there's a blueprint. And if we looked at that blueprint and acknowledge that blueprint, it brings about a degree of unity among a nation that has never once in this generation witnessed. We will see the Most High fulfill his promises. And adding to those appointed times, my brothers and sisters, there is another appointed time. There's an appointed time that we will indeed face physical death, or for those who will be physically alive when Yahusha HaMashiach return, a major transformation. Let me read Hebrews 9:27. It said, and it awaits men to die once, and after this, judgment. In 1 Corinthians, that was Hebrews 9:27. 1 Corinthians 15:50. It reads as follows. And this I say, brothers, that flesh and blood is unable to inherit the reign of the Almighty One, neither does corruption inherit incorruption. So there must be a transformation, my brothers and sisters, at some appointed time. 1 John 3:2 reads as follows. Beloved ones, now we are children of the Almighty One, and it has not yet been revealed what we shall be, but we know that when he is revealed, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is. Oh, Yasharal, Yasharal, my brothers and sisters, this is a serious journey. It is filled with spiritual battles. It is filled with challenges. But there are appointed times, my brothers and sisters, and we will grow to understand the order of these appointed times. We will grow to understand Shabbat and how to recognize and honor it in its fullness. We will grow to know when the day begins and when the day ends. We will grow to know that the new moons is Yahuah, the Almighty Father's gift of extended light during harvest times each month. And it is the full moon, the brightness of the moon, that is a gift from the Almighty One, so that we can extend our time of picking fruit and vegetables, our time of harvest. And we will grow to understand that feast times is a blueprint for recognizing things in order. The Passover, unleavened bread, being able to discern between right and wrong. First fruits, we understand that in our excitement, some will get it before others. Harvest, there will come a time when more people will gather who will get the truth as Yasharal is gathered from the four corners of the earth. Yes, my brothers and sisters, trumpets, We will know when to sound like a unified body, echoing the sentiments of set apartness, the ways of the Most High, His 10 Commandments, His statutes, His living instructions and directions. Yes, my brothers and sisters, we will grow to know that even in our stumbles, the power of atonement. We will grow to know, my brothers and sisters, that we are indeed the tabernacle of the Most High. Search out these scriptures and discern, my brothers and sisters, for there are appointed times with each day before us. There are things that are expected. Be encouraged, my brothers and sisters, though this life seems like a maze, though we are pressed to discern each turn, know that the Most High Father knows all, sees all, He hears all. He knows the very intent of each and every one of us. Our redemption is drawing near, and end times will prove to bring the most extreme conditions and events that will humble us and cause us to fall to our knees and cry out, Abba, Father, in the name of Yahusha Mashiach, and we will witness His guidance. We will come to recognize His chosen leaders, and we will come to recognize the structuring of an awakening nation like never before imagined. For keep in mind, my brothers and sisters, the population of set-apart children has never been so widely numbered as it is today. Even the population on this planet has never been over 7.2, 7.4 billion. Some phenomenal things are ahead, my brothers and sisters. Seek to discern what is expected of you, me, of Yasharal, and let us press into set-apartness like never before. Remember, there are appointed times, and each one of these appointed times, even the appointed time to physical death, if that so be it, are we confident that we are doing what we're supposed to do until the Most High puts us to sleep physically? Or are we confident and ready to go through the transformation phase, or a phase of transitioning where we are fully awake and physically alive when Yahusha Mashiach return? Pray, my brothers and sisters, for nothing will be neglected nor left out that is necessary for the fulfillment of the Almighty Father's plans and promises for His children. Until next time, Shalom, Shalom, Shalom.